Hello everybody and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jason and we've got a last second pickup here, Division D East playoff match here. We got Furters versus Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. And these guys are already ready to go. They've been waiting on me to start their match. They graciously decided to hold on so I could get home from work and cast for them here tonight. And I'm really excited to see this match. I honestly wanted to check this one out. I think it's going to be a really, really good matchup to get to see. And should be very interesting. We've actually already seen these teams play in a big, high-profile feature match earlier in the season in a Thursday night showdown. And I'll be interested to see them face off once again. Furters definitely going to be the higher seed coming out of here in D East. They were able to secure second seed, while Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are going to be the 7th seed. Still hoping to see a good match, though. You know, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, they've definitely had some good moments this season, and I'm a true believer after last night that anybody can take pretty much anybody in these sessions. So wouldn't be at all surprised to see any kind of upsets here. But either way, Furters is going to have first pick, first ban. We're going into game number 1 for Cursed Hollow, and there it is, the Murky ban. And no, that is not a troll ban. That's something that Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits play quite often. Grogman loves his off-meta heroes, as their name would suggest. They are definitely not above playing a Murky or a Lost Vikings. Now that's been kind of their salt and pepper this season, as they're willing to play those off-meta picks and try to get themselves a little bit of an extra advantage by doing that. Oh, and for some reason my camera's vibrating. I'm now seeing on stream, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see me in HD. That's not something I would wish upon anyone. But either way, Furters gonna have first pickup here. Pretty interesting bans at the beginning, but Diablo a predictable first pick, especially here on Cursed Hollow, around these map objectives and just in general on this map. So much terrain for Diablo to be able to shove people into for that stun. Angles all over the place. But Murky Rhaegar banned out early by Furters. Definite comfort picks. Definite, targeted hero picks for the Sweaty Bandits. And meanwhile, on the other side, ETC and Raynor banned out. So kind of the same theme there. We're going to see Li Ming and Junkrat coming out. So Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits coming out with some massive poke potential here to start this one off. Now, that's been kind of their... Alright. Just wanted to make sure the sound wasn't going crazy. It looked a little weird on screen up top in the volume mixer, but it sounds alright. Either way, Orphea and Anna going to be picked up here. So Magic Master living up to the hype here. Yeah, good job on bans, says Muman. Both teams did their research. Well, there you go. Taking away those comfort picks. Always a strong strategy. Well, really in any division, but particularly in Div D, when you don't expect as many really high meta picks, and more. It's more about comfort. And so I really like the call out from both teams. But Rexar, the ban out for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, seems more like a comfort pick, but Rexar has been coming back a little bit after his rework. And then, yeah, Nubarak, that doesn't get much more meta than that ban right there. It's been such a strong force in these team fights, and with Diablo already picked up for Furters, that's a really nice tank chokehold. But still, Unidancer going to get himself a pretty nice healer there, or tank there with the Johanna. We're also going to see Alex Straza coming out for the Sweaty Bandits. So, nice 1-2 punch there, and a good augmentation to that poke strategy. You gotta wonder if they're gonna go maybe with a global, something like a Dahaka. But actually, Furters is gonna go with the Dahaka on the other side, so maybe a little bit of a denial there. But this could also be Vikings, kind of going to their namesake here when they have all this stall and poke out wouldn't be a bad time to do something like that. Abathur also still available for that same kind of split soak strategy. They are going to go with the Ragnaros, though, so another pretty strong pickup here. And again, you know, every single member of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits have a really good interrupt mechanic for the tributes. Meanwhile, just a lot of blow up from Frank's Furters. If they can get a charge with that Diablo into the wall, get the stun, they have a lot of blow up damage potential with the Orphea and the Greymane. So a lot for them to be able to take advantage off of here. Alright, well, let's get on into game number 1 here. Best of 3 series, single elimination playoff match here. Frank's Furters coming in as seed number 2, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits seed number 7. I should be very interested to see which team can manage to win game number 1 and get started off strong in this series. But on the left, we've got Frank's Furters. We're going to have Boggs on the Greymane. Cruncher77 going to be on the Haka. Indecisive going to be playing the Ana. Dallying Pig going to be on the Diablo. And Magic Master going to be on the Orphea.
The battle begins.
Meanwhile, on the right, we've got Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. We've got Unidancer playing the Johanna. Coney's Island going to be on the Liming. Pez going to be on the Alexstrasza. And, oh boy, Anish Lundai going to be on the Junkrat. And Grogman up top going to be playing the Ragnaros. Don't see a whole lot of Ragnaros in this game. You guys will have to let me know how I did on Junkrat's name there. Speaking of Anish Lundai getting pulled in there by the drag from Dallying Pig, but is able to knock everybody away there, including himself, into safety with that mine. And look at these level 1 talents. Oh my goodness, we've got an Aether Walker, ladies and gentlemen. Coney's Island going after my own heart here. I want to see it work. I'll even use it as evidence from a Div D match to convince my team to let me pick it, if it can work. But yeah, it was mentioned in chat, Indecisive on that Ana. Gonna be possibly a little bit of a counter to Pez here on the Alexstrasza with those grenades, but look out. The huge damage going on to Johanna. Nice isolation there from Dallying Pig with that toss and then shove into the tower range. And Johanna can soak a lot, but not quite that much. Well, down here, kind of your pseudo solo laners versus your actual solo laners up at the top. And eventually we're going to see teams rotating out. But wait a minute, Boggs is going over here to try to cap the opposite camp. And now is kind of on an island as a couple members are rotating in. Boggs is going to see them coming in here. Coney's Island finds him. And now Boggs is going to try and turn it around. But multiple members of Frank's Furters are coming in. Coney's Island gets hit there by the charge into the wall, but is able to get away with that teleport. Even has teleport back available. And all of a sudden, both teams have come deep into enemy territory here. Or should I say Frank's Furters is deep in enemy territory. Nice concussion mine there, but the Dragon Queen is popped, and Pez is going to find a lot of damage with Junkrat finding the kill on the other side onto Ana. So a two for nothing exchange there. 2 for 1. There we go. Death timers are so low, it's kind of hard to read, but that was first blood, so we can just look at the kill count to give us the answer. Yay. But either way, very aggressive play by Frank's Furters, and I'll tell you what, I don't mind that at all. They didn't get the better of the exchange by any means, but it's going to put Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits on alert for the rest of this match, as you're not even safe going for that standard early rotation to the camp, you know, that everybody expects everyone else to do. And I don't know, they're playing against the grain. They want to interrupt that and disrupt it rather than playing standard. Meanwhile, both teams going to go ahead and rotate down. Dahaka actually rotating down the old-fashioned way. Not going to use that that global ability. But we'll have it available after all this is over to get back into lane quicker. Early drag going to be interrupted there on the Ragnaros. Good heal coming out from Pez, timing that up when the grenade was down. Meanwhile, we're going to see Poke back and forth here. Big blow coming in from Coney's Island. Going to interrupt Indecisive on that point. Unidancer going in. It's a little bit low. And look at Dallying Pig saying, get out of that circle. You are not getting any heals today. Pulls him out and charges him into the wall. And the zoning is good. And Grogman getting low. He's going to go down. But still the Poke is there. Indecisive being interrupted over and over again. But oh, Junkrat going in so deep after it. Oh, he's a madman. Of course, we already knew that. So this has been a 3-for-0 exchange so far in favor of Frank's Furters. And despite all of the Poke, we are eventually going to see Frank's Furters being able to get themselves the point. Meanwhile, you know, no globals, no side-soaking mechanics for either team. Well, there is the global for Dahaka, but no, you know, like global soaking abilities like an Abathur Hat or an Azmodan General. So all 5 members committing to that means there's really no side-soaking going on, no real advantage gained from both teams being there for a while. Though that bottom camp did get a decent amount of damage onto the fort. Both teams level 7 now as we see the next tribute spawning here in the top. Favorable position for Frank's Furters, but overall that's pretty neutral ground. Both teams have easy access to it. And concussion mine going to be placed. Not quite going to find anybody too isolated there. It's like the members of Frank's Furters daring him to pop it there for a minute. Strikes coming in to just kind of counter that Junkrat Poke damage. And we will see both teams sneaking their way up. Li Ming going to be a little bit late on this rotation, though, so we are going to see an advantage for Frank's Furters. CC coming out on to Johanna, but she's got that available, that Iron Skin. Meanwhile, Dragon Queen is popped, and Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits trying to come in and get the engagement rolling there deep in here. CC going down onto Ragnaros. Grogman getting so low. He is going to be the first to fall here. Meanwhile, they find Pez on the backside as well, so Alex Straza will fall. And Frank's Furters gets a clean 2-0 here in this one. And cheeky Junkrat over the wall, almost getting the interrupt on all 3, but again, that does get capped. I like that call from Frank's Furters as well. They know that Poke Out is just so strong. So they have multiple people capping on the point so that Junkrat can't interrupt them from every angle. Now, level 10s are going to be coming in soon here for Frank's Furters. They get out to lane very quickly. They're soaking up all the XP they can. They've got Orphea back, grabbing the siege camp as well. That'll be a little bit of a burst of XP when that gets capped. And if they have level 10 here for this next objective, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are not going to be able to contest successfully. And will end up losing the curse here. This next one, not, you know, again, kind of on that favorable, slightly favorable for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, but overall neutral ground there. And level 10s are going to come in, indeed. And they're not anywhere, well, they're about half a level for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They actually did a decent job of soaking that out, but nobody in bot lane soaking right now. Just kind of seeing all of that XP just go into the wind. Looks like they will be able to secure level 10, but they got 3 members up here in the top lane. They're so far away from this point. I just don't know that there's going to be any chance for them to rotate here fast enough. They do have a decent amount of interrupt potential, but now comes in the level 10s. Grogman is going to have an interrupt on the backside. Dallying Pig now will scout that out and zone it away. And meanwhile, Indecisive is going to get the cap on the backside before Grogman can get into that Molten Core. And look out, the damage coming down on the Unidancer. And we do have the Junkrat on the backside. Actually gets hit by the Crushing Jaws. Can Boggs find enough damage? Yes, goes in with the go for the throat, but the counter kill with all those Junkrat mines. The Blessed Shield keeping him in that the death mechanic there. I haven't seen good trait value from Junkrat in a while, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, defense here in mid for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, and Grogman trying to defend here in the bot. The curse is on, still about 30 seconds. Top is getting just blown up here, but meanwhile, it's a 3v3 in the mid with Junkrat and Greymane presumably on the way. Level 10s are in for both squads, but interesting that we haven't seen Grogman pick one yet. He's still holding. Could he be thinking about going Lava Wave? Because he could clear up the top lane right now, which is pretty big. But Li Ming is up here to do just that. A couple members rotating around, and actually Ragnaros goes down there. So Grogman ends up falling to this 3-man rotation. It's a pretty solid rotation to the bot here by Frank's Furters. They are dominating in the kill count right now, 8-3 on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, Dallying Pig just kind of playing with the vision here. Just keeping the pressure up, you know? Never let him see a sweat, but also just keep him guessing. Drag actually does come down onto Chunkrat, and we will see again the Riptire right at the last second being popped there, but really to no true value. It's not too long of a cooldown, however. Now 9-3 on the kill count. Let's go over these level 10s real quick while we got a bit of a break in the action. For Frank's Furters, it's going to be Go for the Throat, Nano Boost, and Adaptation actually taken instead of that Isolation pick we see so common on Diablo, along with the Crushing Jaws and the Apocalypse. Meanwhile, for the side of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, it is going to be that Lava Wave coming out for Grogman, along with the Cursed Flame, the Cleansing Flame, kind of the exact opposite there. Blessed Shield, Wave of Force, and the Riptire. That should be like the alternate name of the evil skin Alex draws. It should be Cursed Flame. Only heals undead. And by the way, is wearing that skin, but that's alright. Next tribute is coming up. Level 13s are in for both teams, and I'll tell you what, despite the fact that Frank's Furters has been kind of dominating this match for me, structure and teamfight advantage, it's dead even on XP right now. And worth noting that they still have a pretty incredible poke comp. There it is, that mine making it through. Now we've got Cleansing Flame out, stalling it out. Riptire is on the way, along with the Molten Core. It's just, Li Ming is here for some extra poke value. And it's the idea of Frank's Furters capping this point. It's just ludicrous. They're going to have to get some kills first. And this is a rough spot. You talk about positioning. This is as hard as it gets for them to find the positioning they need. But they are going to dive in here. And Blessed Shield coming out in response, but Johanna goes down before Pez can pop that Dragon Queen, and just not enough healing in the world here. Anna does end up going down on the backside. Now Coney Island actually finding a few of these resets. Wait a minute, it's 4, and now it's just a 1-for-1. Cruncher 77 versus Coney's Island. We'll be able to teleport away there. And hello. Yeah, that was quite a team fight, and I don't know if Coney's Island is done with this yet. It can still continue to poke, but it's going to go around the long way. Moist Weenus with those 69 bits. Thank you very much, my friend. I always appreciate the support, and just hearing from you puts a smile on my face, buddy. Thank you very much. Wish you could be here casting with me right now. But, you know, hey, we're all busy, and I forgot to ask you. Either way, Frank's Furters does cap that tribute eventually. But signs of life coming in from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Li Ming starting to hurt a little bit with that teleport build.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
I might have to try that out at some point. Either way, the tongue onto Grogman. He does speed himself up a little bit, but on the chase is Dallying Pig, and I don't know. I don't think he's getting out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. Any minute now he's going to have that charge. They're just going to chase him right through the lava wave. These two tanks do not care. Worth noting that Anna falls on the backside, as does wait a minute. On the other side, Grogman runs and makes it back to the fort. And the two backline tie. Oh, meanwhile, up at the top, wait a minute, this is up. What? Caster hashtag broken. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, you guys are too much for me. I can't even. It's too much to try and keep track of. I think you could have given Falendrith a good run for his money there, boys. That was action all over the map, but all of it in favor of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They are coming back here in game number 1, making this very interesting. They have the camp pushing in mid. They're going to pick up the boss. Tribute spawning in the bot. They'll have plenty of time to get here, especially with Ripper Air being able to go across this map instantly, just kind of ignoring the terrain as they jump around. Frank's Furters, they need to regroup here. They are not even going to bother going to this trib. They're just going to go up, clean up the boss, make sure that doesn't get too much value. But in a game that was dominated by Frank's Furters in the first half, we are now sitting at a 13-10 kill count with about a half-level lead for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They're going to pick up the second of these, I don't know, that one was interesting. Grogman going ahead and popping the Molten Core, and I'm not sure why. But maybe it kind of expected Frank's Furters to be there. And look out, they are split up here. And Grogman is on the wrong side of all of this. Could be a sandwich, or it could be split up members of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Tallying Pig does find Junkrat hiding in that corner. Unidancer getting very low. Worth noting that Coney's Island is on the backside with low members here of Frank's Furters, but I don't think we're going to see the reset train coming in this time. I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Coney's Island can do. Throws out the orb, dealing a decent amount of damage, but I don't think you're going to get any of those Li Ming abilities through to Indecisive right about now. So 3-for-0 exchange, this time for Frank's Furters, as we see a bit of a seesaw going on now here on Cursed Hollow. But either way, we are going to see this tribute being picked up for Frank's Furters. Both sides will have 2. Ektar with a message for Alex Straza, appreciating that level 16 pickup. Late as it was. Better late than never, Ektar, you know? Ektar is the coach. He's coaching these teams through. It's on a minute delay, but the coaching will come in eventually.
Shall we see who
coaching tips in the mail.
This time?
Tribute spawning up in the top lane. This is curse point for both squads, and it's worth noting that Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits do have this boss to contend with in the bottom lane. So they are going to go ahead and look to put some damage on it. But the question is, are they going to stay here for the long haul? Are they giving up curse? No, looks like Junkrat's starting to rotate up. Grogman is staying down here, though. I don't know. They're a little bit split. This is very dangerous proposition for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Yeah, they're not even going to come in on this. Indecisive is going to get this one for free, and that is going to be Curse going over to the side of Frank's Furters. So now we'll see what the defense looks like for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. I'm sure they have a plan here on how they want to defend this. Looks like they're just going to go answer this 5-man push, but look out, Dallying Pig going to find Junkrat with a QEQ combo there, but nice concussion mine to get him out, and the Riptire on the back end of that, trying to disrupt, putting a little damage on Cruncher. Meanwhile, we do have Grogman down in the bot lane, soaking and pushing that lane back, trying to protect this bottom keep, but in comes Frank's Furters. Gotta look out here. I don't think Molten Core is back up yet from that pop on the bottom quarter, and I take it back. It's definitely in, and he gets to it before Tallying Pig can find the Q. Now they're going to turn with the damage. Dragon Queen coming out as well, so double bigs here. And yeah, Frank's Furters is going to walk away from that real quick. That is the discipline that you see out of an experienced team like Frank's Furters. You don't always see that kind of experienced macro shot calling in Div D, but this team is one of those exceptions where they are very smart players, a very well coordinated team, and they will not get caught overstaying. They're gonna back out and look to maybe get 20 here, but I gotta say that is a 17-18 minute curse, and Frank's Furters only got a 4. That is like top tier defense for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Now level 20 is in. Now Frank's Furters is going to be looking to engage, but nice scouting there on the Junkrat with those mines. And now, who's going to step out here? Oh, that was close. But look out, here comes the lava wave. It's going to kind of split the members up, and 2 of them up in the top, very squishy. We see the Blessed Shield coming out. Diving in here is Li Ming, going to get the first reset. Coney's Island going after Orphea. Orphea is going to fall. Another lava wave coming down the mid lane. Oh, what is this team fight? I've never seen a double lava wave being that impactful in a team fight. Oh man, I love it. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits with a 2-for-0 exchange. Really great capitalization there by Coney's Island on that initial setup. The split up on the lava wave, the rip tire from Junkrat, and then Coney's Island just following it up off of that Blessed Shield from Unidancer. Just unanimous. Level 20 now for both squads. 16-12 on the kill counter, and now all of a sudden, Boss is going to be coming in, and that is Archon, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust your Twitch screens. That is definitely an Archon. And now still Anna just now coming up, still a couple seconds before Orphea is back. And this tribute is spawning in a couple seconds here. And they're ripping that Riptire right off the bat. Finds Cruncher. Dallying Pig getting chunked a little bit too. And now Dragon Queen is back up with this Archon. They're pressuring him back here. And yeah, Junkrat's going to get this cap. This is Curse now for the side of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, but a massive claw there coming in from the Orphea. 2 getting instantly deleted, but wait, the resets from Coney's Island goes in though a little bit before that kill can come down, and another Crushing Jaws coming in from Magic Master. And now trading into Coney's Island very well. They're going to have to back up. It was a 2-for-1 though. Greymane did end up falling there. And meanwhile, the Curse pushing in with the catapults in the bot lane. Boss in the top lane, and Cruncher getting very low. Gonna have to back away. Riptire coming in looking for something. Battalion Pig kind of charges it away. Zoning it a little bit there. Sure, we got some stats for you. Go for it. We are going to see them pushing in here with this top keep. Bottom keep ends up going down. And top keep is going to fall to this boss as well. Mid keep is under all kinds of trouble. And wait a minute here. The charge in is going to eat some damage, but the concussion mine going to bring him back. He's going to get rooted. Oh man, that was close. And mid keep goes down. The triple keep for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits off the heels of that big team fight win and the curse. And that is going to put Frank's Furters in a very tough position here. This is not what you would have expected, I think, in this situation. With the number 2 seed Frank's Furters versus the number 7 Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NGS, where the placements are so critically close and even. Anything can really happen here. And the end of the season playoffs, things just get super spicy. Oh man, this is scouted out by Unidancer. They know they're here. The Riptire is going to come in. And yeah, that is going to be Frank's Furters backing away. Again, very smart veteran squad. These guys know that that's not something that they can take. Archon going to be popped here by Coney's Island. Going to pressure out a little bit, trying to dismount some of the members. We're going to see lava wave coming in the mid. And now, being triple keeped is bad enough. Having no keeps left, you've got these catapults pushing in every lane. Oh, but Coney's Island gets charged. QEQ from Dallying Pig. Oh, he was caught out there. He was a little bit too forward, trying to get cheeky with that Archon. And, oh boy, Dallying Pig made him pay there. Nobody puts Archon in a corner except for Dallying Pig. We are going to see the crushing jaws coming down. Lands onto Junkrat. A little bit of that mine value in return, but look out. In comes the Molten Core. And again, the core is going to be under pressure soon here. But the lava wave's going to find Indecisive. Oh, the damage is huge. Look out. There's still more damage coming in from the Molten Core. Dallying Pig trying to make it away. We do see it end, but oh man. The core is under all kinds of pressure here. Frank's Furters don't have a moment to stop and breathe. They've got to go back and clear as these waves are going to be pushing in. Magic Master getting kind of low. A couple members are getting onto the boss here. But anyway, like I was saying, you're triple keep. You've got these waves constantly pushing into the core. And then you also have to worry about double lava wave. Constantly keeping these lanes pushed out, and yeah, this is not good. There's about 6 catapults coming in on this. Meanwhile, the boss is coming. Coney's Island is in a position where it could possibly just clean up here. 1 kill. There it is. A second. Is there gonna be a third? The boss is picked up, and the stun. Oh! Coney's Island was so close to making a big play there. Oh my goodness. But the core goes down the other side. Oh man, what a matchup. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits find themselves game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad these guys let me wait to cast this match, because I feel like I have just died and gone to NGS casting heaven. What an entertaining game 1 to watch from these squads. And we still got 1 or 2 matches coming up for this. what an ending. It's unfortunate for Frank's Furters, because again, you got that kind of macro pressure. It's so hard to really have an answer for that. Orphea, Dahaka, I guess, maybe has the wave clear to be able to handle that. But just looking at the stats, Junkrat and Li Ming together, just so much hero damage, just insane value from both of those heroes, and I don't know, it's just insane. I'm just watching back the end of that match now on the stream. Couple seconds behind, but we'll give one final look at these talents, and then hopefully we're going to be looking at a invite to lobby here for game number 2, because I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait to see this one. Div D playoffs heating up here as the number 7 seed takes a 1-0 lead. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits over number 2 seed Frank's Furters. All right. Wow. That was interesting. Let me reach out and see what we got going on here. There we go. All right, it looks like map number 2, we're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry. So, obviously a little bit different from Cursed Hollow, but, another 3-lane map where you can get a lot of extra value off of Side Soak, and you have, guaranteed team fights. So, should be another very interesting match there. Rag Lava Wave really got a lot of value there. I agree. But also, Would have been interesting to see him pick it up a little bit earlier. I think he held on to that heroic until like level 11 almost, and there was a big wave in top that he could have maybe cleared out with it during the curse on the other side. But either way, just very, very well played by Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. You know, staying calm, staying in the game, even through what was a rough early game, getting some good team fights at the end, and then just having really good macro pressure throughout the whole thing. Just, like you guys said, a lot of value on the lava wave, and they took big advantage out of their curse as well. You know, we saw I think 2 curses come out for Frank's Furters there, and one that was, you know, fairly late game, and they just didn't get a whole lot of value off of it. They just didn't have the siege, or, you know, there was too much counter pressure from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Maybe Frank's Furters a little too passive. Hard to say, you know, after the fact like this, where I'd have to go back and watch it to kind of diagnose exactly what the issue was there, but the bottom line is they just didn't get value out of it. All right, so it looks like Balalos wants to join me in for having a co-cast going on here. So let me go ahead and see if I can get a call going here with Mr. Balalos. It'll take a hot minute. My Twitch always freezes when I try and go into a voice chat for anywhere between like 5 to maybe 20 seconds. It's like it has trouble authenticating for me or something. I don't know. But I guess that gives me time to do this. Well, hello, Mr. Balalos.
What's going on? Pulling double duty. I thought you looked lonely and maybe you needed some company for game 2. Hopefully a game 3.
Yeah, you know, I am always happy to have a little bit of company. I think I'm going to turn you down a little bit because you sound a little loud.
I am loud.
You're just really excited. You sound a little overly excited in my ears, but the stream will tell me whether or not that works out. And all right, I think we are ready to go. I'm actually not going to use your camera because I don't want to hold these teams up any more than I need to. But
oh, that's fine. That's fine.
But either way, we've got your name up on the board, and we'll count it. We'll count it for another point for you, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in.
Not a problem at all.
And either way, we're going in here to game number 2. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits looking to pull the upset here in Div D East, and they are taking us to Volskaya Foundry here. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits on the right, Frank's Furters on the left.
New follower detected.
Yeah, I mean, we just already had one upset tonight. I'm kind of hoping not to see another one, if I was to be totally honest. But
I actually didn't get to see the end of that series. Did Nexus Scats get toppled?
They got beat by 2 calculated to throw, so the 6 took out the 3.
I gotta change my bracket real quick before we have to turn that in tonight.
Oh my gosh, I should look too. Whoops.
Alright, well, either way, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits gonna ban out the Rainer, and I'm not at all surprised to see Frank Furters banning out the Li Ming. After what we saw there from Coney's Island in game number 1, I wouldn't want to play against that either.
Murky. Interesting.
Yeah, a Grogman special here. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, they kind of pride themselves on those off-meta picks, and we've seen Grogman have some, like, Nexus Edge top 5 level highlights on that Murky.
There you go.
You ever seen a Murky get a triple kill under the opponent's core alone, just like in a 1v4?
No. Was that on this? I haven't got through the Nexus. Is that on this week?
No, that was like one of the first weeks we did Nexus Edge. That was one of the first highlights. It was great.
I'm going to have to go back and find that just for entertainment value.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we do have Diablo being picked up again by Dallying Pig. Some really big plays in that last match. He was playing this hero in game number 1, and he seems to have the QEQ combo down later in the game. Just absolutely deleted some people earlier, and Johanna going to be here in response.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Johanna can go unstoppable, can negate some of what Diablo wants to do, but Sylvanas is very strong right now, if played right. So I really like that pickup here.
Meanwhile, we're going to see Deckard coming out here for Indecisive, not deciding they want to go with the Ana again this game. And this is interesting. Cruncher77 going with the Rexar. That was the 3rd ban for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits last time. So this time, the side of Frank's Furters is going to get it before it gets banned out here.
Well, he's just great. Dragonshire here, anywhere where you can just stick the real hero, Misha, on the point while Rexar does Rexar things. You know, it frees up the team to do other things. Rexar can soak while holding the point, and the other team can pressure somewhere else. He's very powerful here, and Dragonshire for sure.
And Ripple with the donation. Thank you very much, Ripple, with the $6. I appreciate the support, my friend. And actually, I'm going to put you up on the wall for that. It's even a little bit extra more than a subscription. So thank you very much for that donation. Also, R Barbs and Kua Infinite, thank you very much for the follows. But let's get back into the draft. We've got Orphea with the ban out there from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. So those crushing jaws, something I think they don't want to play into again here in game number 2. And the Rhaegar on the other side is the ban out.
I hear and obey.
I don't think Rhaegar has a whole lot of value here. This is, I would argue, Alex's second strongest map. So if you're looking for a healer ban, that's probably the ban. The Samuro is a little curious. I guess it will get value against Rexar. He needs to be camping to make it worthwhile. The Genji, though, definitely wreaks some terror on that backline.
Yeah, Samuro, again, kind of that Grogman special. Loves to go with the non-standard picks. And actually, Asmodan coming out for Coney's Island. So a little bit of spread pressure with the Samuro. Asmodan also being able to apply a little bit of that split pressure with his general. So very interesting comp coming out here for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. It seems like these guys are leaving it all out on the table and showing all their cards here in round 1, trying to get this upset.
Well, it's win or go home, right?
Exactly.
You don't have time to bury and hide anything, especially when you've got the upper hand as the lower seed. You definitely don't want to see it go to a game 3. You want to end it here.
Yeah, keep Frank's Furters on their toes. Worth noting that the Genji, a pretty interesting pick here. I haven't seen a whole lot of Genji lately. He's been feeling a little bit underwhelming since they nerfed his Swift Strike range. And got a little bit of other adjustments as well. But we'll see if it works out here for Boggs.
Hopefully it will.
All right, well, on the left, looking to bring us to a game 3 here. We've got Frank's Furters. We are going to have Boggs on that Genji. Indecisive going to be playing the Deckard. Magic Master going to be on the Gul'dan. Dallying Pig back again on the Diablo. And Cruncher77 going to be playing the Rexar.
All right, we're going to have Coney Island on the Asmo. A Donomancer on Johanna. Oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? Pez on the Alex. Grogman on the Samuro, and I have no idea how to pronounce the Sylvanas name.
I've been going.
What have I done to myself, Jason?
Anushi Ladai, maybe. I don't know.
Anushi Ladai. That's what we'll go with.
I didn't even do that on purpose, but it worked out so well. All right, so both teams gonna respect the customary back and forth in the mid here, but we do have Samuro immediately up to the top lane. Cruncher going to go ahead and send Misha in to try and respond there. Quick rotation by Boggs to the bot as well. So Frank's Furters, you know, kind of the more experienced team, has been around at NGS forever. I expect them to have these quick rotations, but actually I really like what Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are doing here. They're going to rotate around as 4 and going to make it a little bit easier for Coney's Island to be able to stack this globe talent in 1 already with 18, so has gone 9 for 9 on each of these waves.
It is a curious decision here. If you notice, Gul'dan is alone in the top lane. Instead, you're sending your best wave clear into a single lane instead of leaving him in the 4-man. That's a little curious decision making on my part. The Rexar bottom will be okay, but I think you have to keep Gul'dan rotating with you. You have the wave clear advantage here early. In my mind, you need to take advantage of it, because once Asmo comes online, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, pretty interesting rotations around here early from Frank's Furters. They kind of seem to be splitting out into lane rather than doing any kind of standard rotation, but you know, again, in the first 2 minutes here for Coney's Island, 50 stacks already. Like that's really good.
That's better than good. That's absolutely insane.
Charge in on to the Sylvanas, but not quite going to find the kill there. But Dowling Pig actually taking a lot of damage in return. They even are going to put down the turret just to commit to it. But a little bit of an early turret there, I think, from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They didn't even have the Merc Queen really ready to go there for when that was originally dropped. But now we'll rotate to bot, and again, potential here for just a massive stack. There's the globe, and oh my goodness, 76 before they even get to this first control point.
That's insane. But you also got to notice just the work Sylvanas is putting in on the tank right now. That's why on the upper levels, you're seeing a lot of bans of her. She's really becoming a tank shredder.
Yeah, and actually, between the Sylvanas and the Azmodan, there's going to be a very, very late power team for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, so it's going to be pretty critical for Frank's Furters to get an early advantage and prevent Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits from even making it to that late game here.
You're absolutely right. They have to win early. They have to win hard if you're Franks, because once Asmo and Sylvanas are totally online, with a Deckard who is improved, and I think climbing in priority in the meta, he's still not going to be able to handle the kind of damage those two are going to be able to put out late game.
We'll see the globe coming in, poking in a little bit, but Frank's Furters does have pretty decent position here. Misha charging in, gets a stun, but then is going to fall in response. Meanwhile, Grogman getting a little bit low. Here comes the Dragon Queen coming out from Pez. Another big globe, going to take Boggs down to about 10% health, but positioning is secured by Frank's Furters, and they're still staying in here strong.
That's the power of Deckard. Once you can get control of a point and he can just set up, your staying power is really great. It's just a lot harder to push in with a Deckard, but once you're in, it's hard to get you off the point.
And really, the longer we can see Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits pull this, the better. They're still getting stacks for Coney's Island from just hitting heroes here, doing a nice job with that. But also Sylv starting to stack a little bit for that level 1. We'll get a little easier to stack after 7 once they pick up that the 7 talent where they get the extra stacks off of that wave.
130 stack.
Yeah, it's massive.
Almost 5 minutes. That's really, really good this early in the game. They're playing the Johanna Asmo Sylv thing to get the stacks really well.
So we do see Frank's Furters back up a little bit, look to soak, get that level 7, heal up here, and now they're going to re-engage. Not everyone here just yet for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, but look at the globe, just beating down the health on so many members. Just finding those big globe hits for Coney's Island. Boggs goes onto the backside, and actually we do see Dowling Pig separating people from that healing circle. Now Coney's Island going to have to try and make his way around.
Oh, great stun by the Misha.
Misha gets in there and has himself a demon lunch. And that is going to secure the point for Frank's Furters, and I don't think they're coming back from this one.
Well, they did exactly what we said they had to do. They got the first objective here. Now they really need to get some serious value. Looks like they're going to go straight top, make sure that they get this well, knowing that they're getting just bombarded by Asmo to at least give them that advantage at point number 2.
Yeah, so we do see Festering Wounds now in for Sylvanas. It's already been mentioned in chat, and I agree. 15 stacks early for Sylv. She's been having a very hard time getting these stacks, but now it should be much easier with that level 7 talent. That wave will instantly stack up 3 of the trait, and we'll be able to get those stacks for the Shadow Dagger. But meanwhile, the push-in is here. Still about half health for this Protector, and completing a few of these early quests. Corruption goes down, stacks are in, but Alex Straza is going to fall to this Punisher pushing. Unidancer getting low. Nice toss from Dally, digging over the wall. Kobe style, going to take out Asmodan. A big 3-for-0 here for Frank's Furters.
Yep, and something we keep talking about the Asmo stack, but look at the Gul'dan already stacked here, bringing the pain.
And Grogman doing a little split push, getting some nice value in mid. Gonna have to back out now as the reinforcements are coming in for Frank's Furters, but still softens up that lane a little bit, which is nice in the counter pressure. But top fort does go down for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, so that's a nice advantage for Frank's Furters. Now this next control point we know is going to be up in the top lane, and they're going to have their fort and well to drop back to, but Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are going to have nowhere to run if things go bad up in that control point.
Yeah, and we doubted the Genji right now, but Boggs is doing a really good job of getting on the back line, and they really have no way to control him, so as long as he's calculated and picks his spots, he's going to be a terror for Alex and the Sylvanas. Absolute terror.
Level 10's now coming in for Frank's Furters. Looks like we are going to see the X-Strike, Lornado, along with the Bestial Wrath, Lightning Breath, and the Horrify. Level 10's now being picked up, but it's going to be too late to contest this Biotic Emitter. We are going to see the Blade Storm coming in here. No Illusion Master for Samuro, so he's looking to go ham on the enemy team, along with the Cleansing Flame, Blessed Shield, and Demonic Invasion. Spicy. Along with the Wailing Arrow.
Prioritizing push over damage, you've taken that. The Blade Storm is a little curious, I guess. Maybe they feel like they need the extra damage. I think...
Look out, the push in Coney's Island trying to get out. Makes it out somehow there. So much damage from that X-Strike, and these teams pulling the ripcord early on these team fights.
Well, that was 4 ults for 3, and Deckard's is a short one, so that's an ult victory for Frank's right there.
Yeah, and no deaths on either side, mind you, out of that team fight. We are sitting at 4-0 in favor of Frank's Furters, but it's like we said earlier, this is a late game team for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, and kind of like last game where they came on late, I'm not counting them out of this one yet by any means off of that early 4-0 start from Frank's Furters.
Absolutely not. I mean, they're only a half level behind. That's easily, a hero. Look out for Samuro. Genji must not have the dash.
He's so slippery, man. He's so hard to gank. He's one of the more frustrating heroes in the game to play against for that reason. But look out. The cutoff here from
nice
Frank's Furters.
Breath.
Yeah, Lightning Breath coming out along with that Lornado. And we're going to see Sylvanas and Asmodan both going down. Pez trying to pop that Dragon Queen to keep him up, but it's not going to be enough. Unidancer's going to have to walk away. And Frank's Furters finding themselves a well-timed 2-0 with the objective popping here on the top.
We see the pings here. I'm a little concerned that Franks didn't go ahead while they knew they had a 2-man advantage and take that turret away. Instead, opting to go up top when they could have just sent the Rexar up there. But we'll see how it plays out.
It looks like Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are going to go ahead and push bot lane in lieu of trying to contest in the top. They do still have some time to rotate up there if they want to, but I like this call. Get advantage in other lanes. You got a massive wave here in bot, and of course you have a pretty good pushing comp in general, and kind of force the enemy team to respond while you get 13, and then you can kind of play it by ear from there.
this tells me, I think they're accepting they're not going to be able to get this one. They're playing for the third objective, which is the game-winning objective typically. And if you can get this 4 out of the way and you get that protector, you can definitely end, especially with an Asmo behind you.
Yeah, and especially again since that, it's such a late game comp here. So I really like that call. Good shot calling coming out early here. They're even going to get onto the camp here before it despawns as the protector comes out for Frank's Furters. So they'll steal away this turret, and they're kind of saving the turret. They did pick up the Mercenary Queen, so each one of those turrets are going to have 60% extra damage if Sylve is in the area.
Yeah, and you're winning. If you're Franks, you're winning the objectives. But right now, I would argue you're losing the map in the sense of they've lost 2 forts just from the push power. I think getting this keep here will go a big way to offset the pressure they're going to feel in the 2 lanes they just lost 4.
They will be able to get the keep. The question is, are they going to try for more? Ton of damage coming out onto Dallying Pig. The Globe, along with the Johanna damage on the front, going to be enough to finish them off. And Gul'dan going to go down as well. They do just trade out the souls, but look at the beam and the choke. Actually forced a little bit too far. They just stepped right past it. Now the protector is going to go down. Indecisive is going to be in all kinds of trouble here. The Lornado trying to help him get out, and the scroll to finish it. Nice moves there from Indecisive. Going to make him a little slippery, but still, it's a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. Their first 2 kills of the game.
I don't know. Indecisive looked pretty decisive there in order to save his life.
Yeah. Making Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits almost look a little indecisive there.
That is correct.
Meanwhile, we will see the biotic emitter picked up, so I don't know. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, they're controlling the map. They're getting all the toys. They're biding their time. Level 16 going to be coming in soon, and there's a lot of downtime here for them.
They get here, they have no way to pick this up.
Ooh, look out. Invasion coming in.
Oh, no one's there to follow up on the Alex. No.
Oh, yeah, that was dangerous business there for Pez, but does make it out. Nice steal from Frank's Furters. They're going to need a lot more of those kind of aggressive invasion plays coming in here soon before Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits
We're going to get another one here.
Yeah, agreed.
They're
It's a
going
little
to be
too
just a
late.
little bit late.
Yeah, nice out there from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They know they don't want to take this fight. Level 16 is going to be in soon. They've got all the toys. They kind of got all the risk with no real potential reward from forcing, unless they find somebody out like here, and the Blade Storm goes down along with the silence onto Magic Master. The heals are coming out from Deckard. He's running right alongside him there. Nice sidestep for that globe as well. Meanwhile, on the backside, Coney's Island actually gets taken down from the counter pressure there from Cruncher 77, and now he's going to try and make it out the top. And we see Misha trying to zone for Rexar. It's going to be close. No! He got him.
Wallbang. No wallbang. There was a chance. Oh, well, that works. Bye, Sil.
Dallying Pig finds the Sylvanas, and even with the biotic emitter down, it's not enough to save them. And level 16 is now coming in, but it is a 1-for-2 exchange in favor of Frank's Furters, and still owning the team fights for now.
And another big thing is they got the emitter out of them there.
Yeah.
So they lost one of their toys, so that's going to give the toy count over to Frank's. Let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2.
Yeah, it's pretty even. You got one turret and one emitter for Frank's Furter, 2 turrets for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. And again, with Sylve and that Merc Queen, you'd almost rather have the turrets. But meanwhile, again, you see the counter pressure. Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits are just pushing. They're making an advantage out of nothing here.
Yeah, that'll give them one kata, kind of help offset the pressure a little bit to go with the Asmo, so that should give them plenty of time bottom. But we're going to get a push response right here out of Frank's as well. And if this is not responded to, they could be in some trouble if this protector goes over to Frank's. But they
the
looks like
Sweaty Bandits have a lot more siege potential, especially with that demonic evasion. And they do. They're going to keep going. And the backs are going to have to come out here from Frank's Furters. This is their season slipping away before their eyes. They have to go back and defend this.
Yeah, I think they got to here in time. I mean, the turret goes out, the unstoppable. I guess that's the point of the blade storm here, is to be unstoppable.
Oh, I love that call. So wait a minute.
Now
the
we just got a
protector was
protector sitting bottom with nobody in it. This game, Jason, I tell you, this is just crazy.
These two teams, man. It's been such a fun series to watch. But now, this is the moment for Frank's Furters. They backed. They called Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits on that bluff and forced them to get away from their core. And now, can Frank's Furters take advantage of this? This almost feels like a do or die moment for the number 2 seed here in Div D East.
Yeah, I mean, you got to tip your hat to Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They're using the tools that they have to their best advantage, but this could be huge right here. The pick on Sylvanas is going to make this a much easier time to try to push it and win this game. If they get one more pick here, Jason, it's going to be game, is it not?
Frogman getting very low. We are going to see Coney's Island taking some damage.
And there's the kill they needed.
Yeah, Samuro goes down. Coney's Island also falling very low and is going to go down. And Frank's Furter is going to march themselves on to the core here. It looks like they're going to have enough damage between the Rexar just throwing axes at this thing. Magic Master throwing all the damage. The turret going to be put down, but still enough time on the Protector to finish this off. And we're going to a Game 3 here as Frank's Furters find their win on Volskaya Foundry.
Well done. Well done. They got that second pick. I think they had to end there. As soon as that second pick came in, knowing that they were not winning the push war, they were winning the team fights. They had the upper hand. That was the time to end. Well, good call.
Yeah, 11-3 on the kill count. And, you know, again, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits playing a very late game style comp. They gave away every single one of the... Well, they didn't give away the first one, but they gave away the second and third Punishers because they were just biding their time. But got to give a lot of credit to Frank's Furters. They forced it when they needed to. They executed that incredibly well with both backing and defending the core, but then also picking up that Protector and taking it all the way to the game. It do or die moment. They did, and now we're going to a Game 3.
And I think the difference in that game really is, and we got to tip our hat, is to Boggs and the Genji. He definitely got the pressure. 5 kills, no deaths. Top damage, not by much, but you don't usually see a Genji at the top of the damage
No.
charts. So that was very well played by Boggs. Hats off to him that game.
All right, well now we'll give you guys one final look at these talents before we get on to a game number 3. This is going to be the bit of that pick advantage here for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They get to pick between first pick and map pick. What do you like in the meta right now, Balalos? Do you like the first pick, or do you, in this situation, do you think maybe they might have a strat they want to take to a map?
If I'm fighting for my life here to play next week, I want that last pick. I want take the map and be able to pick last, take that counter that's just going to wreck the other team. I go to my comfort map with the last pick in the rotation to try to counter and force the issue into my favor.
Yeah, and then you also get the opportunity to maybe play on your favorite map, or or one of your favorite maps, and where you feel comfortable, and you feel like you can really give it that last good effort that maybe you've been saving all season, and make your stand.
Yep, no time to hold anything back. It's Game 3, do or die. Win, get to play next week. If you lose, there's always next season, so you can't hold anything back here. If you got that secret strategy, it's got to come out now. You can't save it for next week because you're not guaranteed next week.
And I'll tell you what, if there's any one team that's been saving a special comp here in Div D East, I would give it to Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. These guys are very creative with their comps and the way they like to play the game. And we're going to be going to one of those possibly, you know, like very unique map pickups, it's going to be Alterac Pass, where we see it's the newest map, so it's kind of one of those, you know, least explored kind of maps in terms of the strategies you can pull out. And I don't know, we'll see if they have something special here for us.
Well, apparently, I'm on the team here, according to lobby chat. Hey, I'll do it. I can go around. This map right here, I know if they play it, there are 2 heroes I think would be a good pick. I don't want to say it right now because we may be in draft when we actually get back, but we'll go over that when we get to draft.
Don't give it away, Balalos.
I won't, but I know there are 2 heroes I would like to see these teams pick if they play it right here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good poke potential on this map, can help you out a lot. But a lot of times we see kind of what we saw a little bit from Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits that first game, where, you know, teams will sometimes just ignore this first objective and look, you know, more towards the soaking, more towards the side lane pressure, especially those mid lane camps. Like those, that bruiser camp is just so powerful here on Alterac.
Yeah, and you know, the sad thing is a lot of times you'll see teams pick that up and not push with it. Right. If you're the first one to get it, you should pick it up and push with it. And usually you can at least get a gate and a tower out of it if you really press the issue. But so many times you just don't see it pushed with. People like get it and forget it, and I think they underestimate the value you can get out of that game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams will rotate that to that directly on the 1 minute mark, where they'll be standing on it as it spawns to pick it up, and it's kind of like a check to the other team. You know, like if you have the faster clear on it or the faster rotation to it, you push in with it in the mid, you can really get a lot of value if the enemy team doesn't match you on that. So, I don't know. We'll see if maybe that's that's what we're going with. And it's official, ladies and gentlemen. The Bandits are sweating. So they've gotten their work out here. I was going to. They've made it to the sweating point, and we're glad to see it. We're glad to. It had to be sometime during the season, so here we are in playoffs, and they've done it.
I'm interested to see if there's that pocket strategy here. Who's willing to lay it all on the line?
All right, well, enough vamping. Let's get on into this for game number 3. Frank's Furters, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandit. One team will move on to the next round. One team will be going home with overall a great match here to remember. A good season overall, making it into the playoffs. But you really don't want to be that team getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. That's never a great feeling here in NGS.
Nope. It's kind of like the Highlander. I'm going to show my dork here. It's like the Highlander. There can only be one. There can only be one winner. Everybody wants to win, but there can only be one at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean,
for me, like, I feel like if I make it a few rounds into the playoffs, you know, at least I eliminated some teams, and we put forth their best effort. But I gotta say, like, especially with how good a series this is, yeah, it feels good to put on a good series like that. But it almost hurts more in the pit of your stomach when you come up just a little bit short in a big series like this.
Yeah, but somebody's going to have a very broken heart. You pour your heart and soul all season. It comes down to this game 3, and you don't want to be the one going home.
Deja vu so far here in this draft. Same bands from the last set, and Diablo going to be the first pick. Dallying Pig with the triple Diablo in this series. And meanwhile, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, it's worth noting, they did have the option. They did take map and were willing to forfeit that first pick. And so we'll see if they have an interesting strategy coming out here. And one thing you'll notice is that last draft, they took Rhaegar away from Pez. So they're going to make the adjustment here in this draft. They still get the Johanna, but they're going to go ahead and get that Rhaegar for Pez before the next ban phase.
I don't know if I like the Rhaegar here,
Begins.
because these fights can be very long at times,
Yeah.
and Rhaegar has a harder time with long fights, whereas Deckard can fight longer. So the longer these fights go, the more they're going to tilt towards Frank's here, I think, with the Rhaegar pickup, but time will tell.
Yeah, meanwhile, again, Rexar and Deckard coming out here for Frank's Furters. Orphea going to be banned out once again by Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, and this time it's Ragnaros. So they remember back to that first map when the triple keep play came down. The lava waves were constantly coming out on Cursed Hollow, putting pressure onto those Frank's Furters structures and those lanes, and they don't want to see that again on an even bigger map than Cursed Hollow here in Alterac Pass.
We will forge a great
Can't really blame him. It was a real difference maker, and there's one of the heroes I wanted to see on this, with it being a real poke heavy, poke. Now, on the other side, if they play, I know what I want to see on the other side to respond to the Junkrat, but we'll see.
Yeah, Junkrat was what was played for that hero whose name shall not be mentioned
be
for
denied.
that player, but just because I can't pronounce it. But
Anish Landai or something. That's what we're gonna go with.
Anish Lundai
Anish Landai.
gonna be
I'm
back
try
on
to
the
remember
Junkrat
that.
here, and Bog's gonna be back on the Genji. This is the exact same comp here for Frank's Furters in Game 3. They didn't change a thing.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. I like that call. Force Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits to pick up something spicy. And there it is. The Medivh coming out this time for Coney's Island.
I like the draft of Frank's better, and I'll tell you why. They out team fought them last game, and I just don't see. I mean, it's a Twin Blades variant. He's going to get shielded. If he goes down, their team fight's pretty much over. You only have poke from there. Or I guess it could be a taunt variant in response to the Genji. I didn't think about that. It could be a double tank.
Now, we'll find out nice and early in this matchup what Grogman is thinking with that variant. Just kind of from his playstyle, I kind of expect it to be one of the DPS builds, but I'm not going to hazard to guess which one that might be. I will not be at all surprised if I see him going with the C Smash, but I don't know. Either way, I'm really excited to get into this game number 3, and no potatoes either, so let's go. On the left, we're going to see Frank's Furters. Bog's going to be back on the fabled Genji. Cruncher 77 on the Rexar. Indecisive on the Deckard Kane. Magic Master going to be on the Gul'dan. And Dallying Pig for the 3rd game in a row going to be on the Diablo. Nice of these teams to make that nice and easy for me with the same comp.
Undonomancer is going to be on Johanna. Grogman is going to be on the variant. Anola, you know what? I can't do it. Pez on the Rhaegar. And it's going to be... Oh no! Who's on it? I can't see.
Who's up in the sky? It's Coney's Island.
Who's on the sky? It's Coney Island. Why are they doing this to me, Jason?
Oh, it's just, it's that, the freshman pranks, it's that first year guy that you gotta make sure they get your stripes in as we head into the playoffs here for your first casting season.
There you go. Anish Lundai. There we go. I said it.
Got him. All right.
Got him.
So anything in particular kind of coming out in these level 1 picks that are kind of speaking to you at all here, Balalos?
We have High Kings. That's probably a Twin Blades. That's my guess. We have High Kings there. Lol Hope, I like that. Wolf Runner is interesting. Put some English on it. 8 stacks from Dave. Everything looks pretty standard here.
Yeah, Coney's Island has been playing great in this series. Not only, with some excellent Li Ming reset plays in game number 1, just going bonkers on that Li Ming through a lot of the game. Stacking very well in with the Azmodan early game, playing that very well early. And to have 8 stacks in the first minute of a game here on Alterac Pass where everyone's so split up. That's a very, very good start here for the Medivh stacks.
Yeah, it is. I just hope I didn't tilt them. That's why they DC'd. They went on full tilt. I hope it's not my fault.
Looks like everyone's ready to go. Magic Master going to go ahead and do a shout out to his girlfriend. That's very nice of him. Chivalry's not dead after all, Palalos.
There you go.
All right, so I do notice we are now at the 1 minute mark. Both of these camps have spawned. Neither team rotating to it right away, but Magic Master kind of baiting in the bottom, not
You gotta
quite
be careful.
stepping. Yeah.
Get mined in there.
Right. Kind of, I don't know if that was on purpose, but it almost like he was daring him to pop it, kind of playing on the edge there. But either way, it manages to avoid it, and we'll live to continue to lane for at least another wave or two.
And here's what we were talking about. It looks like Franks is going to get their camp out first. Now what we want to see here is them to take that pushing power, take advantage of it, get on those towers first.
But the 3-man rotation coming on the other side for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, with that hard commitment to it, they might actually end up capping this near the same time or even first, since it's just the Genji and the Deckard on the other side. Not a whole lot of clearing power overall.
Well, Deckard's old. It takes him a while to swing that cane.
And they're actually going to save it?
They're going to put it out during objective.
Yeah, that makes sense. They want it with the counter pressure. By the way, Wono Hots, thank you very much for the follow. I'm a little surprised you weren't following me already, Wono, but that's okay. Better late than never, my friend.
Here's our objective. They'll probably release it with 5 minutes to go. Oh, nope, they released it already. A little early. If you're going to save it, why not save it until later into the countdown? But it is what it is right now. It is out, and we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits now going to have the opportunity to clear it, then maybe can have Varian on his way down. Yeah, it looks like Grogman's heading in that direction to go ahead and cap on their own side. Meanwhile, Frank's Furters setting up aggressively here, going to try and get the early cap, and does get it. The Junkrat Mine not quite lined up well enough to interrupt that. And nice job from Boggs and Indecisive, making sure they have the attention of these guards, making sure that didn't get interrupted there on that initial cap.
Well, Junkrat clearly didn't put quite enough English on it there that time.
Grogman getting kind of low, gonna have to back out here. Is indeed Windblades.
And
But,
this is what I was talking about with the healing.
Oof.
The sustain for Rhaegar in these fights, they have to be decisive and quick and win hard, and they didn't do that. And I think that's why they lost that team fight. Oops.
Yeah. I like portals. Didn't quite get into it fast enough there for Grogman to be able to get away, but we do see the healing totem picked up at level 4 for Rhaegar. So they're, to your point, they're trying to make that a little bit more sustaining, but it's still not all that strong. Maybe at level 13 can reduce the cooldown a little bit on that chain heal, but until then, meanwhile, 3-man Root coming out here. Hello.
Oh, Pez.
Yeah, Pez gonna have to wolf run his way back around the other side. Meanwhile, this is a 4-man defense here in the mid, so Genji is just getting free reign on the bottom as the rest of Frank's Furters are pushing in here with the Ram Rider. He is going to go down in the mid, though, and looks like Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits will be able to defend with just a little bit of damage here in the mid, and they're going to lose that bottom fort.
Yeah, they saved top fort, and they 4-man committed to middle. I guess if there's one to lose, mid's the one to lose in my mind here. I mean, although I guess the bosses aren't that great.
Yeah, I would say actually mid is kind of the priority lane here with the way the bruiser camps work. But
well,
way,
yeah,
you kind
I
of want to
guess
get 2 of them down, so that's kind of your game, is to focus on 2. And overall, you know, Frank's Furters, they got bottom for it, and they got a good amount of damage in mid, so that could kind of be the start of their win condition later in this game.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking you're going to be around mid more.
Right.
So if you're going to lose it, you're going to have more opportunity to clear it where it is down here in bottom. kind of no man's land, and you have to make a conscious effort to go down there and get it, and you're just naturally going to cross path in mid.
Yeah, plus it's closer to either of the map objectives, so a little bit easier to rotate there. Meanwhile, if you're like on this next time, you're in this top objective, and there are catapults spawning in the bot, like the one that we're going to see now with that bottom fort down. It's a long way to get down on this massive map to defend it.
Absolutely. This time they're going to commit 3 over on Franks to make sure they get it out just as fast. The wave clear, I think, goes in favor of Franks here with the Gul'dan. Medivh's a good hero, but wave clear's kind of not his thing.
Right.
Junkrat can do it, but he's committed bottom right now. So if they don't pull him up, this will be a clear by Franks, and they can push this in for more.
Yeah, the Gul'dan is really the strongest wave clear hero in the game, so Magic Master is going to give them a massive advantage on that. They do clear, but we do have the 4-man commitment here to mid. They're trying to save this fort, and it looks like they're going to be able to as we see the next objective coming out. Worth noting that Frank's Furters is right on the verge of picking up level 10. There it is.
Oh, Junkrat.
And looks like the mine will get him out safely. Coney's Island even putting down the portal there, but now about half a level until Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits can get their level 10s. They're going to need that here for this next objective.
Yeah, and Franks needs to go in right now while they have the 10, because I don't think you're going to see Olaf come in. There's a great wall game right there. Another flip. Now let's see if Frogman goes the other way. He does, but Genji's going to be able to follow some intense body blocks right here by Boggs. And that is
with the Kanai's cube. I love Deckard kills.
The old man's got some tricks up his sleeves. Or I guess his cloak in this case.
Yeah, nice interrupt there, but it looks like Cruncher is going to be able to pick it up off the second wave of
Medivh is in
casting
some
there.
trouble here. That is that a reset? That's a reset.
That's a reset on stacks 2. It hurts to watch, Balalos.
That hurts bad. To lose your stacks at this point in the game. And Johanna.
The Dancer, look out! The damage is there, and now Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits kind of staggering a little bit here. Again, they're kind of that late game comp once again. Medivh needing to get stacked, Varian needing to get that High King's quest to really be feeling impactful, and they're kind of, it's almost like they're losing their composure here a little bit in game number 3.
That pressure may be getting to them.
Yeah.
And Dowling Pig has been a real bully here, really enabling Boggs to just get in and do Genji things.
Again, the pressure's in on Coney Island. He's going to have to get up into the sky once again, get some healing going on. But another set of these Ram Riders going to be marching on into every single lane here. Varian is in the bottom lane, should be able to clear that up pretty nicely, but mid is not long for this world.
Nope, and they need to keep the pressure right here. They have to. Oh no, Ez.
The fear into the root, into the Lornado.
No.
X-Strike, actually a little counter synergy there. Dowling Pig almost saved him with the shove. But Rhaegar is going to go down, and we'll see the Riptire taking the long way around.
And if you're Franks right here, I think you got to keep pushing this. You should be able to, with the Gul'dan, I think, get this keep.
I think they can smell the reverse sweep right now.
Yeah, this is the keep now. With the Joe kill, this is absolutely a keep.
Frogman trying to do what he can, but he's so low health. The keep is definitely going to go down here. First keep of the game going to Frank's Furters. They've already cleared up that bottom fort. So now the question is there anything else they can get? Ram Rider is going to fall here in the top lane, Cavalry down. But level 13 now in for Frank's Furters. They got themselves about a 2-level lead. And 6-0 on the kill count. Once again, dominating this early game. Is there anything that Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits is going to be able to do to turn this around here?
They're just going to have to find a way to get on the Gul'dan. Grogman's going to have to sell out. They're going to have to get a portal into the back line. Grogman's going to have to sell out, get a shield, get the Gul'dan down. and hope they can kill Gul'dan while before Genji takes care of their backline. I think that's the only way they're going to win this right now. It's going to come down to, can the Varian get on the Gul'dan and beat him, kill him.
Well, that's a pretty big ask, especially with Horrify and Lornado available. So, just a kind of a challenging endeavor here for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. They are grouped in bottom lane. They have a big wave coming in here with only Boggs available at the moment, but rotating down are the rest of the members of Frank's Furters. They'll clean this up real easy with Magic Masters. We see the prisoner camps opening up here in about 20 seconds down here in the bottom, but level 13 now in for Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits, so they're going to get another shot at this here.
Right. When you pick a Medivh, you always have to keep in mind the burden of execution is on you.
Right.
Medivh is one of those heroes. He's great, but if you can't execute everything just right with him, he can almost be a liability at times. Oh, Cruncher's going to get displaced into the Varian, and he could be in some serious trouble here.
Yeah, he's in there deep, does make it out. Misha helping a little bit on the backside there, and Junkrat is going to go down. No real value, actually a little bit of counter value there with the reflection damage there. But Grogman getting very low. He's going to have to try to make it out, but Boggs Swift Strikes in. And you mentioned it, that burden of execution maybe a little lower for Genji with all that extra mobility, able to port around, get to the low members, get the picks, and now it's going to be Coney's Island that's low. Gets a nice ancestral there from Pez, but yeah, like you said, kind of overlap there on the disengagement ults, and we are going to see the positioning in place here for Frank's Furters as they try and get this cap.
Boggs going right back in, going to back up the Rhaegar here. And now it becomes a daunting task to push in. Unless, of course, Franks just says, you know what? That's enough. We're going to go tap and come back and do this again.
Yeah, they're going to give themselves a second there to get the 16 through Trickle. They're going to grab their camp on the other side. And both teams actually just kind of take a little bit of a breather here. Like, let's take we need our custom, 15-minute, break here to regroup after all that work we've been doing all series, and then we'll see them come back in to fight over this prison camp one more time. But now, Frank's Furters has got a big advantage here with level 16.
Absolutely. I think I don't know if Olaf and them can handle another. Look at the lanes. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle another cavalry rush here.
I don't think so either, but Misha does go down here a little bit early. We will see the Riptire coming out, but it gets destroyed there. The Lightning Breath going to come out, along with the Fear, and Coney's Island taking so much damage. The Extra comes in as well. Yeah, trading out there with Boggs, so it is a 1-for-1 to start here. Big scroll of ceiling coming down. Ancestral is going to hit Grogman. They could look to turn around here, but instead goes around the long way. Gonna put Pez out in a corner, and Misha gonna catch up. Bear eats Wolf, and I think that's gonna do it here. Cavalry gonna be coming out here for Frank's Furters.
Yep. Bear greater than Wolf. You're right.
In this case.
Well, I would think in real life a bear would take a wolf. Although, if we were going to be fair, a wolf pack would take the bear. Yeah, but we don't have a wolf pack.
Well, think Game of Thrones here for a second. Maybe a dire wolf. No.
Maybe a dire wolf.
Either way, enough with these animal references. We should
now that Game of Thrones, we need the Mother of Dragons here right now to hold this.
No Alex Straza. It's not on the map right now. We are going to see the charge in from Dallying Pig, getting a lot of damage out. The Lornado finding Pez completely displaced here. Going to be on the wrong side of this team fight. Going to have to run out the other way. Oh, big Riptire coming in though, splitting up the members, but Varian is going to go down. Meanwhile, in mid, already started on the core. Got to look out here, and it looks like this might be the beginning of the end as Frank's Furters are pushing in.
Yep, we got 2 armor down, almost 3 down. Lightning breaths on it. Yeah, this core is going to go down. We're going to get the reverse sweep here. Well done by Franks.
Frank's Furters coming back getting games 2 and 3, and gonna finish it off here with a big performance on Alterac Pass to win the series and move on to round 2 here in the Division D East playoffs.
Well, we got one upset tonight, but Frank's just wasn't having it. They weren't going to play nice. They said they wanted to play another week, and maybe they were motivated by Nexus Edge.
Yeah, maybe a little bit there. But again, everybody going to have to adjust those brackets a little bit after they see these last few results here on Wednesday. And don't forget to submit those brackets, ladies and gentlemen. But let's see if we can reach out to team captain for the side of Frank's Furters. See if we can get an interview going here.
Absolutely. I want to see game 1 when they lost all 3 keep. What was going through their head and how they mentally got themselves back together to come back and reverse sweep this series.
Yeah, that's a tough proposition, because it felt like they were winning a little bit early there, but then boy, it spiraled a little bit by the end of that.
I tell you what, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. I'll be right back.
I came prepared. Alright, so let me see if I can find... Looks like we're going to get Indecisive in for an interview. Let's see. Oh no, Balalos has to accept my friend request too.
What? Oh no!
We're almost ready for the interview. It's coming together.
Oh no. The pressure. I can't even remember where it is. Oh crap. This has not been my night.
Just right click on my name.
Okay, I'm on your name.
It should be like accept friend request or something.
Add friend.
Oh, there we go. Add friend to work. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
We'll be friends. I like you already. We'll be.
Yeah, you're all right. You're all right.
Hello.
And
There
there
we go.
is Indecisive from Frank's Furters. How you guys feeling after that reverse sweep?
Very pleased, excited, happy. Those adjectives.
Yeah, all of those positive ones. That's big.
Yeah.
So you guys had... Well, actually, I'm going to let Balalos ask this one because he wanted to ask you about game number 1.
Okay.
I did.
Well, that's what you said. You wanted to...
You're for game number 1. Oh! So I was watching it. You lose all 3 keeps. You're desperate. And you lose. How do you rebound mentally? Did you guys just shake it off? Okay, you know what? We got lava wave to death.
No,
we got this.
What it was more like was so I come from a history of being a captain in IRL sports. So when it got to those tense moments at the end of the game, when you're going into overtime, it's tied, there's a crowd, you typically give a speech. And so I tried to do that. I don't know if my teammates will agree with this, but I definitely tried to do that and tried to get our heads in the game that way. But regardless of that, being that our team has played together for 4 seasons now, I think, we're all very good friends. And so it's always a jovial atmosphere, So we're just joking around, having fun, and so that definitely helps to keep our head in the game.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys come back on game number 2. You've got Volskaya Foundry. Tell me a little bit about the Genji pick. Worked out really well for you guys in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, so Raynor is our comfort pick, obviously, for DPS. But so they ended up banning Raynor both games, so that's fine. We kind of expected that because we're going into playoffs, and we picked Raynor an awful lot during the real season, or regular season, I should say. But it's Genji is someone that we've played in other times when they've banned Raynor. When they've banned Raynor, I think it was against Nexus Cats the first time we pulled them out, and we ended up winning that game. Actually, same situation, Volskaya Foundry against Nexus Cats. I want to say it was even map 2. Then we pulled out the Genji and it worked. So we decided that was something we were comfortable doing and we wanted to do there.
Well, he was definitely a terror. 5 kills, 43,000 damage, top damage in the game, which is very rare to see out of a Genji. So Boggs definitely put some work in.
Yeah, like even when he's on Raynor, he always gets the top damage, so it's like, sometimes peanut butter comes in a jelly jar, he just always on the top.
Doesn't even matter what the label is. He's just dominating what's in the jar there.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
We also then we see you guys win on Volskaya Foundry, come back on Alterac Pass with the same exact comp. Were you guys considering any changes, or was that just let's do the same thing right out the gate?
Well, I'll say that it's the Frank's Furters special to always use the same comp. It's just what we do.
There you go.
So I mean, it's just something that we've always done is to we have a deep hero pool, but we prefer to stick to the heroes we're most comfortable on, obviously. And so it was just easy for us to stick with the same comp. We figured it worked, and why?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's what I said in draft number 2. When we realized that's the same draft. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
there you go.
If you're comfortable with it, you're playing well with it, they're not banning it, you might as well play it again.
Exactly.
So looking into this next round, is there anybody in the rest of these playoffs that in particular you're looking forward to playing? Anybody that you're worried about? How are you guys feeling right now?
So our entire season for us has been a build-up to playing Nexus Cats in the playoffs. And I'm sure you saw the Div B chat earlier today.
About that.
About that. Shout out to Mark Zombie if he's still in the chat. I hope he is. Not saying that we went to the second round and you didn't, but that is what happened. So yeah, I mean, we were looking forward to playing Nexus Cats a lot. This entire when we were talking about it, we basically said, we don't care what happens going to grand finals, whatever. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that we beat Nexus Cats, and then it didn't happen because they got beat by 2 calculated to throw. So that was what we were looking forward to. But at this point, we're just trying to take it to grand finals and win it all.
All right.
Lofty goals.
Yeah, but I mean, after tonight, great performance against Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. A good team in their own right. I think that you guys have a good shot at it down here in Div D East, and maybe even in the grand finals as well. So, any questions? Any other questions you had, Balalos?
Nope. Just way to keep your head on your shoulders, not to get down on yourselves. Come back, execute, and I think Game 3 just dominated. Make a statement. I think you guys made a statement. You know what? You got Game 1, but this is what we're about.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in for the interview. But before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Oh, naturally, of course. I'd like to shout out my teammates, Franklin, Frank, Franco, and Frankie. But that's really...
All of the Franks.
Yeah, that's our boys in the Furters.
All right. Well, short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you again for coming in. Congratulations on the win, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next round.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight, guys. We're going to send you over to Bahamut, who is starting with another of these NGS playoff matches. So please enjoy watching that match as well. Should be a pretty good one over there. as we see Div C West matchup there. Another 2 versus 7 seed, but before we get going, Balalos, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Sleep. I don't know what made me come in here.
Sleep. You need the sleep. You had all
Usually
these
9
rough
o'clock.
names you had to cast. It was so
Usually
many
9
regrets.
o'clock is benchmark. I'll be like, you know what? I ain't starting after 9 o'clock, but I seen this game going on. We rated it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can jump in there because I'm not really sleepy. But now, I don't know if that was the best decision in the world, but I enjoyed it, so maybe it's worth losing an hour or two.
Well, I appreciated having you over here. We'll have to do this again sometime. Hopefully in a
Absolutely.
more East Coast friendly time frame, but
That would be nice.
but thanks for coming over, guys. I do want to make sure to shout out the Patreon real quick, so let me play that trailer for you real quick.
Have a good night.
Alright, check out the Patreon, check out the YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow here. Thanks for all the follows, especially Ripple with the $6 donation. I appreciate that support quite a lot. It helps keeps me going. And thanks to Balalos for coming in tonight and casting with me. I'm going to send you guys over to Bahamut. But until next time, for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jason. Enjoy the match over in C West.